and Harry Towb as George Milton in Of Mice and Men, the story by John Steinbeck, adapted as a play for broadcasting by Gilbert Thomas. It is in the evening of a hot day on the sandy bank of a sheltered river with a little wind moving among dry leaves. Two men come along, one behind the other. The first, George, a short, tough, stocky man, drops his bundle on the ground, and the second, a large and lumbering man, follows suit and then falls down by the water's edge.
Lennie, for God's sake, don't drink so much. You're going to be sick like you was last night.
That's good. You drink some, George. You take a good big drink.
Well, I ain't sure it's good water. Looks kind of scummy to me. Tastes all right. Don't seem to be running much, though. Lennie, you oughtn't to drink water when it ain't running. Then you'd drink out of a gutter if you was thirsty.
We gonna stay here, George?
Yeah. God damn it. We could just as well row clear to the ranch. That bus driver didn't know what he was talking about. Just a little stretch down the highway, he says. Just a little stretch. Damn near 10 miles.
George?
Yeah? What do you want?
Where are we going, George?
So you forgot that already, did you? So I gotta tell you again. Oh, jeez. You crazy bastard.
I forgot. I tried not to forget. Honest, I did, George.
Okay. I'll tell you again.
Tried, but it didn't do no good. I remember about the rabbits, George.
Well, hell with the rabbits. Now, you remember about going to Mary and Reedy's and they give us work cards and bus tickets?
Oh, sure, George. I remember that now. Oh, George.
Huh?
I ain't got mine. I must have lost.
You never had none. I got both of them here. You think I'd let you carry your own work card?
I thought I put it in my side pocket.
Lennie? What'd you take out of that pocket?
Oh, ain't a thing in my pocket.
I know there ain't. You got it in your hand. What you got in your hand? Hiding it.
I ain't got nothing, George, honest.
Come on. Give it here.
It's only a mouse, George.
A mouse. A live mouse?
Just a dead mouse, George. I didn't kill it, honest. I found it dead.
Give it here.
Oh, let me have it, George.
Give it here. That's right. What do you want of a dead mouse, anyways?
I was petting it with my thumb while we walked along.
Well, you ain't petting no mice while you walk along with me. There. Now, let's see if you can remember where we're going.
I forgot again.
Oh, no. Look, we're going to work on a ranch like the one we come from up north.
Up north?
In Weed.
Oh, sure. I remember in Weed.
The ranch we're going to is right down there, about a quarter of a mile. Now, we're going to go in and see the boss.
And see the boss.
Now, look, I'll give him the work tickets, but you ain't going to say a word. You're just going to stand there and not say nothing. If he finds out what a crazy coot you are, we won't get no job. But if he sees you work before he hears you talk, we're set. Now, you got that?
Oh, sure, George. Sure, I got that.
Okay. Now, when we going to see the boss, what you going to do?
I ain't going to say nothing. Just going to stand there.
Good boy. That's well. Now, you say that over 2 or 3 times, so you sure you won't forget it.
I ain't going to say nothing. I ain't going to say nothing. I ain't going to say nothing.
And Lennie, you ain't going to do no bad thing, like you done in Weed, neither.
Like I done in Weed?
So you forgot that, too, did you?
Oh, they run us out of Weed.
Run us out? Hell, did we run? They was looking for us, but they didn't catch us.
Oh, I didn't forget that, you bet.
Oh, God, you're a lot of trouble. I could get along so easy and nice if I didn't have you in my tail. I could live so easy.
We're going to work on a ranch, George.
Oh, all right. You got that. But we're going to sleep here tonight because I want to sleep out.
Well, why ain't we going on to the ranch to get some supper? They got supper at the ranch.
No reason at all. I just like it here. Tomorrow we were going to work. I seen thrashing machines on the way down. That means we were bucking grain bags. Busting our gut lifting up them bags. Tonight, I'm going to lay right here and look up. Tonight, there ain't a grain bag or a boss in the whole world.
Ain't we going to have no supper?
Sure we are. You gather up some dead willow sticks. I got 3 cans of beans in my bundle. I'll open them up while you get a fire ready. We'll eat them cold.
I like beans with ketchup.
Oh, we ain't got no ketchup. You go get that wood. Look, there's plenty up against the back of that sycamore.
All right, George.
Hey,
Yeah, George?
don't take all this time getting a handful of twigs. What you doing?
Ain't doing nothing, just getting wood like you said.
All right. Give me that mouse.
Oh, I ain't got no mouse.
Come on, give it to me. You ain't putting nothing over. Are you going to give me that mouse, or do I have to take a sock at you?
Oh, I don't know why I can't keep it. It ain't nobody's mouse. I didn't steal it. I found it lying right beside the tree.
Come on, give.
I wasn't doing nothing bad with it, just stroking it. That ain't bad.
Maybe not. But, yeah, the mouse is. Oh, Lennie, I ain't taking it away just for meanness. That mouse ain't fresh. You get a mouse that's fresh, and I'll let you keep it a little while.
I don't know where there is no other mouse. I remember a lady used to give them to me. Every one she got, she used to give it to me, but that lady ain't here no more.
Lady, huh? Here, give me them sticks. Ain't we ever going to get no fire? Oh, you don't even remember who that lady was. That was your own Aunt Clara. Yeah, she stopped giving them to you. You always killed them.
They was so little. I'd pet them, and pretty soon they bit my fingers, and then I pinched their head a little bit, and then they was dead because they was so little. I wish we'd get the rabbits pretty soon, George. They ain't so little.
Well, hell with rabbits. There, that should be okay. Okay. Come on, let's eat. Enough beans here for 4 men.
I like 'em with ketchup.
Well, we ain't got any. Oh, whatever we ain't got, that's what you want. God almighty, if I was alone, I could live so easy. I could get a job of work and no trouble, no mess. And when the end of the month come, I could take my $50 and go into town and get whatever I want. Order any damn thing.
I didn't want no ketchup,
I could do that
George.
every damn month. Get a gallon of whiskey or sit in a pool room and play cards or shoot pool and what I got? I got you. You can't keep a job, you lose me every job again.
I didn't mean nothing, George.
And that ain't the worst. You get in trouble. You do bad things, and I gotta get you out. It ain't bad people that raises hell. It's dumb ones like you. You just want to feel that gal's dress up and weed. You just want to pet it like a mouse. Well, how the hell she know you just want to feel her dress? How'd she know you just hold on to it like it was a mouse?
I didn't mean to,
Oh,
George.
sure, you didn't mean to. You didn't mean for her to yell bloody hell either. You didn't mean for us to hide in the irrigation ditch all day with guys out looking for us with guns. All the time, it's something you didn't mean. Well, God damn it. You know, I wish I could put you in a cage with 1,000,000 mice and let them pet you. Oh. Go on. Eat your beans.
George,
What do you want?
if you don't want me, I can go right up in them hills and find a cave. I can go away any time.
No. Look, I was just fooling you. Of course I wanted you to stay with me. The trouble with mice is you always kill them. I'll tell you what I'll do, Lennie. First chance I get, I'll find you a pub.
Oh.
Maybe you wouldn't kill Ed. That'd be better and nice. You could pat it harder.
Oh, I bet I could pet it harder. George.
Huh?
Tell me like you done before.
Tell you what.
About the rabbits.
You get a kick out of that, don't you?
Yeah.
All right, I'll tell you. And then we lay out our beds and get some sleep.
Go on, George.
You want some more beans?
No, George. No, tell about the rabbits. You know.
Okay. Guys like us that work on ranches is the loneliest guys in the world. They ain't got no family. They don't belong no place. They come to a ranch and work up a stake, and then they go into town and blow their stake. And then the first thing you know, they're pounding their tail in some other ranch. They ain't got nothing to look ahead to.
Yeah, that's it. Now tell how it is with us.
With us, it ain't like that. We got a future.
Yeah.
We got somebody to talk to that gives a damn about us. We don't have to sit in no bar room blowing our jack just because we got no place else to go. If them other guys gets in jail, why, they can rot for all anybody gives a damn.
But not us. And why? Because I got you to look after me, and you got me to look after you, and that's why.
That's it.
Go on, George. Now tell how it's going to be.
Some other time.
Oh, no. Come on, George. Tell how it's going to be.
Okay. Someday, we're going to get a jack together, and we're going to have a little house and a couple of acres and a cow and some pigs.
Yeah,
and
live off the fat of the land and have rabbits. Go on, George. Tell about what we're going to have in the garden, you know, and about rabbits in the cages. Tell about the rain in the winter and about the stove and how thick the cream is on the milk. You can hardly cut it. Now, tell about that, George.
Why don't you do it yourself? You know all of it.
Oh, it ain't the same if I tell it. Now, go on now. How I got to tend the rabbits.
Well, we'll have a big vegetable patch and a rabbit hutch and chickens. And when it rains in the winter, we'll just say, to hell with going to work. We'll build up a fire in the stove and sit around it and listen to the rain coming down on the roof. Oh, nuts. I ain't got time for no more. Hey, what you gonna say tomorrow when the boss asks you questions?
I ain't gonna say a word.
Oh, good boy. Now, that's fine. Say, hey, maybe you're getting better. I bet I can let you tend the rabbits. Especially if you can remember as good as that.
I can remember, by God.
Okay. Look, if you don't want no more beans, we better get the bed and rolls out, get some sleep.
Okay, George, but tomorrow maybe you'll tell how it's going to be with the rabbits, hmm?
Yeah. Maybe. Look, Lennie. There's the ranch. There.
The ranch? Where we're going to work?
Yep. Lennie,
Yes, George.
you remember the place we was in last night? By the river, about a quarter of a mile back up the road?
Where we slept?
Yeah?
Oh, sure, I can remember that. Didn't I remember about not going to say a word?
Of course you did. Well, look, Lennie, if you just happen to get in trouble like you always done before, I want you to go right there and hide in the brush.
Hide in the brush.
Hide in the brush till I come for you. Can you remember that?
Oh, sure I can, George. Hide in the brush till you come for me.
But you ain't gonna get in no trouble, see? Or, I won't let you tend the rabbits.
Well, I won't get in no trouble, George. I ain't going to say a word.
Howdy there.
Hi.
You new guys?
Yeah?
Boss was expecting you last night. Sore as hell when you wasn't here this morning. Come on, I'll show you the bunkhouse.
We was on a lorry that was too goddamn lazy to pull up.
Yeah, sure. This is the bunkhouse you'll be using. You can have them 2 beds there.
Okay. I'll take the top one. I don't want him falling down on me. Put my bed and roll up, Lennie.
Okay, George.
Say, Is the boss in?
Boss will be out here in a minute to write your name in. He was sure burned when you wasn't here this morning. Come right in when we was eating breakfast and says, "Where the hell's them new men?" Give the stable buck hell, too. Stable buck's a nigger.
Nigger?
Yeah, name him Crooks. A nice fella, too. Got a crooked back where a horse kicked him. Boss gives him hell when he's mad. But that stable bug don't give a damn about that.
What kind of guy is the boss?
Well, he's a pretty nice fellow for a boss. Gets mad sometimes, but he's pretty nice. Tell you what, know what he done last Christmas?
Huh?
Brung a gallon of whiskey right in here and says, "Drink hearty, boys. Christmas comes but once a year."
Well, hell, he did. A whole gallon?
Yes, sir. Jeez, we had fun.
The boss, the owner?
Nah, superintendent, big land company. Yes, sir. That night he comes right in here with a whole gallon. Set right over there and says, "Drink hearty, boys," he says. Hello, boss. Them guys just come.
I rode Money and Reedy. I wanted 2 men this morning. First thing. You got your work slips?
Yeah.
Well, I see it wasn't Murray and Reedy's fault. It says right here on the slip you used to be here for work right away this morning.
Bus driver gave us a bum steer. We had to walk 10 miles. We couldn't thumb no rides.
Well, I had to send out the grain team short 2 buckers. No, it won't do any good to go out until after dinner. You get lost. No, I'll just take your particulars. What's your name?
George Milton.
George Milton. What's yours?
His name's Lennie Small.
Lennie Small. Now, let's see. You're starting work noon today, noon 20th. Okay. Where you boys been working?
Up around Weed.
You too?
Yeah, him too.
Say, you're a big fella, ain't you?
Yeah, he can work like hell, too.
He ain't much of a talker, though, is he?
No, he ain't, but he's a hell of a good worker. Strong as a bull.
Yeah, strong as a bull.
Oh, yeah, huh? What can you do?
He can do anything.
What can you do?
Anything you tell him. He's a good skinner. He can wrestle grain bags, drive a cultivator. He can do anything.
Hell, I've never seen one guy take so much trouble for another guy. I'd just like to know what your interest is.
Oh, he's my cousin. I told his old lady I'd take care of him. He got kicked in the head by a horse when he was a kid. He's all right. He just ain't bright.
Well, God knows you don't need no brains to buck barley bags. But don't try to put nothing over Milton. I seen wise guys before. Well, you'd better go out with the grain teams after dinner. They're out picking up barley with the thrashing machines. Go out with Slim's team.
Slim?
Yeah, big, tall Skinner. You'll be seeing him.
Okay.
Been on the road long?
We was 3 days in Frisco, looking at the boards.
I didn't go to no nightclubs, I suppose.
We was looking for a job.
That's a great town, Frisco, if you got a little jack.
Well, we didn't have no jack for nothing like that.
Okay, go out with the grain teams after dinner. When my ranch hands work hard, they get pie, and when they loaf, they bounce down the road in their can. You ask anybody about me.
So, you wasn't going to say a word. You was going to leave your big flapper shut. I was going to do the talking. You goddamn near lost us the job.
I forgot.
You forgot. You always forget. Now he's got his eye on us. Now we got to be careful and not make no slips. Now you keep your big flapper shut after this.
He talked like a kind of nice guy toward the last.
He's the boss, ain't he?
Yeah.
Well, he's the boss first and a nice guy afterwards.
George,
What do you want now?
I wasn't kicked in the head with no horse. Was I, George?
Be a damn good thing if you was. Save everybody a hell lot of trouble.
Well, how'd you like the boss?
Oh, pretty good. Seemed all right.
He's a nice fella. You got to take him right, of course. He's running this ranch. He don't take no nonsense.
So what time to eat? 11:30?
Seen my old man?
He was here just a minute ago, Curley. Went over to the cookhouse, I think.
I'll try to catch him. Hey, you the new guys my old man was waiting for?
Yeah. We just come in.
How's it come you weren't here this morning?
Driver, give us a bum steer.
My old man got to get the grain cut. You, big guy. You ever buck barley?
Hell, yes. Done a lot of it.
I mean him. Ever buck barley?
Sure he has.
Let the big guy talk.
Suppose he don't want to talk.
By God, he's got to talk when he's spoke to. What the hell are you shoving into this for?
Him and me travel together.
Oh, so it's that way.
What way?
You won't let the big guy talk, is that it?
He can talk if he wants to tell you anything.
We just come in.
Well, next time you answer when you're spoke to, then.
Say, what the hell's he got in his shoulder? Lennie didn't say nothing to him.
That's the boss's son.
Yeah.
Curley's pretty handy. He done quite a bit in the ring. The guys say he's pretty handy.
Well, let him be handy. You don't have to take after Lennie. Lennie didn't do nothing to him.
Well, Curley's pretty handy. You know, it never did seem right to me. Suppose Curley jumps a big guy and licks him. Everybody says what a game guy Curley is. Well, suppose he jumps him and gets licked. Everybody says the big guy ought to pick somebody his own size.
Well, he better watch out for Lennie. Lennie ain't no fighter, but Lennie's strong and quick, and Lennie, well, he don't know no rules.
Well, don't tell Curley I said none of this.
Oh, hell no, but this guy Curley sure sounds like a son of a bitch to me. I don't like mean little guys.
Seems to me like he's worse lately. Got married a couple of weeks ago.
Hmm?
Wife lives over in the boss's house.
Well, maybe he's showing off for his wife.
Wait till you see Curley's wife.
Pretty?
Yeah, pretty, but...
But what?
Well, she got the eye.
Yeah? What, married 2 weeks and got the eye? Well, maybe that's why Curly's pants is full of hands.
Yes, sir. I seen her give Slim the eye.
The Skinner?
Yeah. Slim's one of the jerk-line skinners. Hell of a nice fella. Well, I seen her give Slim the eye. Curly never seen. And I seen her give a skinner named Carlson the eye.
Looks like we're going to have fun.
You know what I think? Curly's married himself a tot.
Yeah. There's plenty done that.
Well, you look her over, mister. You see if she ain't.
Look, Lennie, you're going to have trouble with that Curly guy. I've seen that kind before. He figures he's got you scared. He's going to take a sock at you first chance he gets.
Well, I don't want no trouble. Don't let him sock me, George.
I hate them kind of bastards. Lennie, if he tangles with you, we're going to get the can. Don't make no mistake about that. Because he's the boss's kid.
Well, I don't want no trouble. I never done nothing to him.
Well, that won't do you no good if Curly wants to set himself up for a fighter. Just don't you have nothing to do with him. Will you remember?
Sure, George. I ain't gonna say a word.
Stableback? Hey, Stableback. Come in, Mrs. Blair.
Here come the guys. Just don't say nothing.
You ain't mad, George.
I ain't mad at you. I'm mad at this Curly bastard. I wanted we should get a little stake together. Maybe $100. So listen, you keep away from Curly.
Sure I will. I won't say a word.
Don't let him pull you in, but if that son of a bitch socks you, let him have it.
Let him have what, George?
Never mind.
I'm looking for Curly.
He was in here a minute ago, but he went along.
You're the new fellas that just come, ain't you?
Yeah?
Well, sometimes Curly's in here.
Well, he ain't now.
Well, if he ain't, I guess I better go look someplace else.
If I see Curly, I'll pass the word you was looking for him.
Well, nobody can't blame a person for looking.
That depends what she's looking for.
Just looking for somebody to talk to. Don't you never just want to talk to somebody?
True.
Hi, Slim.
Hi, good looking.
I'm trying to find Curly.
Well, you ain't trying very hard.
So, that's what Curly picks for right now.
She's pretty. Gosh, she's pretty.
Now, you listen to me, you crazy bastard. Don't you even look at that bitch. I've seen them poison before, but I ain't never seen no piece of jailbait worse than her.
I never done nothing, George. I never meant no harm.
Well, you keep away from her.
George, I don't like this place. This ain't no good place. I want to get out of here, George.
Now, listen, I don't like it better here, no more than you do, but we gotta keep at it till we get a stake. We're flat. Lennie, we gotta get a stake.
Let's go, George. Let's get out of here. It's mean here.
Shut up now, Lennie. The guys is coming in.
Brighter than a bitch outside. Can hardly see nothing in here. You the new guys?
Just come.
Going back to Barley?
That's what the boss says.
I hope you get on my team.
The boss said we'd go with a jerk-line skinner named Slim.
It's me.
You a jerk-line skinner?
I can snap around a little.
That kind of makes you God Almighty on this ranch, don't it?
Nuts.
Like the man says, the The boss tells you what to do, but if you want to know how to do it, you got to ask the mule skinner. The man says any guy that can drive 12 Arizona jackrabbits with a jerk line can fall into a toilet and come up with a mince pie under each arm.
Well, I hope you get on my team. Got a pair of punks that don't know a barley bag from a blue ball. You guys ever bucked any barley?
Oh, hell yes. I ain't nothing to scream about, but the big guy here, he can put more grain alone than most pears can.
Uh-huh. You guys travel around together, huh?
Sure. We kind of look after each other. He ain't bright, but he's a hell of a good worker. Hell of a nice fella, too. I knowed him for a long time.
Ain't many guys travel around together. Don't know why. Maybe everybody in the whole damn world is scared of each other.
That's a lot nicer to go around with a guy you know. You get used to it, and fun ain't no fun alone anymore.
Hello, Slim.
Hi. Hey, these guys just come.
Glad to meet you. My name's Carson.
I'm George Milton. This here's Lennie Small.
Lennie Small? He ain't very small. He ain't small at all. I meant to ask you, Slim, how's your bitch? I seen she wasn't under your wagon this morning.
She slang her pups last night. 9 of them. Drowned 4 of them right off. She couldn't feed that many.
Got 5 left, huh?
Yep. I kept the biggest.
What kind of dogs you think they're gonna be?
Oh, I don't know. Some kind of shepherd, I guess. That's the most kind I've seen around here when she's in the heat.
Got 5 pups, huh? Gonna keep all of them?
Don't know. Got to keep them a while so they can drink Lulu's milk.
Oh, that sounds like dinner.
Yep. You guys better come on while there's still something to eat. Won't be nothing left in a couple of minutes. That right, Carlson?
Sure, gotta get in line right away. Come on, Slim.
George.
Is the governor on here?
George? Yeah, I heard him, Lennie. I'll ask him.
A brown and white one, George.
Come on, let's get dinner. I don't know whether he's got a brown and white one.
Well, you ask him right away, George, so he won't kill no more.
Okay, sure. Come on now, let's go.
You seen the gardener on here?
About 10 minutes ago, maybe.
Well, what the hell was she doing?
She said she was looking for you.
Okay. Which way did she go?
I don't know. I didn't watch her go.
Oh, heck, where the hell she gets this?
You know, Lennie, I'm scared I'm going to tangle that bastard myself. I hate his guts. Geez, come on. There won't be a damn thing left to eat.
You ask him, George. Just a little brown and white one, will you, George? I only want a little brown and white one. Will you, George?
Sure swell of you to give Lennie that pup, Slim.
That wasn't nothing. I would have had to drown most of them pups anyway. No need to thank me about that.
Wasn't much to you, maybe, but hell of a lot to him. Jeez. I don't know how we're going to get him to sleep in here. He want to stay all night out in the barn with them pups.
Hey, say, you sure we're right about him.
Huh?
Maybe he ain't bright, but I never seen such a worker. Damn near killed his partner bucking barley. God almighty, I never seen such a strong guy.
You just tell Lennie what to do, and he'll do it. If it don't take no figuring.
Uh-huh. It's funny how you and him string along together.
Oh, what's so funny about it?
Oh, I don't know. Hardly none of the guys ever travel around together. Just seems kind of funny. Cuckoo like him and a smart guy like you traveling together.
Oh, I ain't so bright neither. I wouldn't be bucking barley from a 50 and pound. If I was bright, if I was even a little bit smart, I'd have my own place. I'd be bringing in my own crops instead of doing all the work and not getting what comes up out of the ground.
Yeah, I'd like to do that. Sometimes I'd like to cut a string of mules. It was my own mules.
That ain't so funny. Him and me going round together. Herman and me was born in Auburn. I know his aunt. She took him when he was a baby, raised him up. When his aunt died, Lennie just come along with me out working. Got kind of used to each other after a while.
Uh-huh.
First, I used to have a hell of a lot of fun with him. Used to play jokes on him because he was too dumb to take care of himself. Why, He'd do any damn thing I told him. If I told him to walk over a cliff, over he'd go. Made me seem goddamn smart alongside of him.
I've seen it that way, yeah.
Tell you what made me stop that. One day, a bunch of us guys were standing around up the Sacramento River. I was feeling pretty smart. I turns to Lennie and I says, jump in. And he jumps. Couldn't swim a stroke. He damn near drowned before we could get him. And he was so damn nice to me for pulling him out, he clean forgot I told him to jump in. Well, I ain't done nothing like that no more.
He's a nice fella.
Of course, Lennie's a goddamn nuisance most of the time. But you get used to going on with a guy, and you can't get rid of him. I mean, you get used to him, and you can't get rid of being used to him. Oh, boy, I'm sure tripping at the mouth. I ain't told nobody all this before.
Do you want to get rid of him?
Well, he gets in trouble all the time. Because he's so goddamn dumb. Like what happened in Weed.
What are you doing, Weed?
Well, you wouldn't tell. No, of course you wouldn't.
What'd he do?
Well, he sees this girl in a red dress. Dumb bastard like he is, he wants to touch everything he likes. Just wants to feel it. So he reached out to feel this red dress. Girl lets out a squawk, and that gets Lennie all mixed up. He holds on because, well, that's the only thing he can think to do.
The hell?
Well, this gal squawks her head out. I'm right close by. I hear all the yelling, so I comes running. By that time, Lennie's scared to death. You know, I had to sock him over the head with a fence picket to make him let go.
So what happens then?
Well, she runs in, tells the law she's been raped, and the guys in Weed start out to lynch Lennie.
Didn't hurt the girl none.
Oh, hell no. He just scared her.
He's a funny guy.
George, the pup's brown and white just like I wanted.
Lennie?
Huh? What do you want, George? I'm just going to lie in my bunk a little.
I told you couldn't bring that pup in here.
What pup, George? I ain't got no pup.
Come on. I'll see it.
Give him back to me, George.
Now, you get right up and take this pup to the nest. He's got to sleep with his mother. You want to kill him? He was just born last night, and you take him out of the nest. Now, you take him back, or I'll tell Slim not to let you have him.
Give him to me, George. I'll take him back. I didn't mean no bad thing, George. Honest, I didn't. I just want to pet him a little.
All right. Here you are. Now, you got him back there quick. And don't you take him out no more.
Okay, George. Come on, you little brown and white pup.
Jeez. He's just like a kid, ain't he?
Sure, he's like a kid. There ain't no more harm in him than a kid, neither. Except he's so strong. I bet he won't come in here to sleep tonight. He'll sleep right alongside the box in the barn where the pups are. Well, let him. He ain't doing no harm out there.
Hello, Slim.
Hi, Candy.
Hello, George.
Hi, Candy.
Didn't neither of you play horseshoes?
Don't like to play every night. Besides, it's getting too dark now.
Jeez. Oh, that nigger can pitch shoes.
Crooks? Oh, yeah. He's plenty good.
Hey, damn right he is.
Oh, this is George Milton. Came in with a big guy before lunch. This here's Whit.
Glad to know you.
How are you?
Guess you guys really come here to work, eh?
How do you mean?
Well, you're coming to Friday. You got 2 days' work till Sunday.
I don't see how you figure.
Oh, you do if you've been around these big ranches much. The guy that wants to look over a ranch comes in Saturday afternoon. He gets Saturday night supper, 3 meals on Sunday. They can quit Monday morning after breakfast without turning a hand. But you come to work Friday noon. Well, you got to put in a day and a half, no matter how you figure it.
We're going to stick around a while. Me and Lennie's got to roll up a steak.
Mr. Slim,
Oh, hello, Crooks. What's the matter?
you told me to warm up top for that mule split foot. I got it warm now.
Sure, Crooks. I'll come right out. Put it on.
I can do it for you if you want, Mr. Slim.
No, I'll take care of my own team.
Mr. Slim,
Yeah?
that big new guy's besting around your pups in the barn.
Well, he ain't doing no harm. I give him one of them pups.
Just thought I'd tell you.
I ain't want to hurt him.
If he's pulling around too much, just you kick him out.
Okay.
Why is it even nice guys like Slim never shut doors?
Hey, you seen the new kid yet?
What kid?
Why, Curley's new wife.
Oh, yeah. I see her.
Well, ain't she a Lulu?
I ain't seen that much of her.
Well, you stick around.
Been any trouble since you got here?
Oh, no, there ain't been no trouble yet. She's only been here a couple of weeks. Curley's got yaller jackets in his drawers, but that's all so far. Every time the guys is round, she shows up. She's looking for Curley, or she thought she left something lay around. She looks for that. Seems like she can't keep away from the guys.
A ranch with a bunch of guys on it ain't no place for a gal. Especially like her.
Yeah, well, if she's give you any ideas, you come right into town with us guys tomorrow night.
What? What's doing?
Well, just the usual thing. We're going to old Susie's place. Hell of a nice place. You got 5 girls there.
Well, what does it set you back?
Or 2.5. You can get a shot of whiskey for 15 cents. Yeah, Susie got nice chairs to sit in, too.
Might go in, look the joint over.
Yeah, sure, come along. It's a hell of a lot of fun. Susie cracking jokes all the time.
Yeah? I don't know. Me and Lennie's rolling up a steak. I might go in and sit and have a shot of whiskey, but I ain't putting out no 2.5.
Oh, well, a guy got to have some fun sometimes.
Oh, hello, Lennie.
Hello, George.
This here's Lennie.
Hello.
Hello?
You didn't bring him back in, did you, Lennie? The pup?
No, George, honest, I didn't.
Okay.
George, I just seen that little guy.
Yeah?
Say, any of you guys see my wife?
Well, she ain't been here.
Where the hell's Slim?
Went out in the barn. He was going to put some tar on a split hoof.
How long ago did he go?
5, 10 minutes.
Hell!
I guess maybe I'd like to see this. Curley must be spoiling, or he wouldn't start for Slim. Well, Curley's handy. He's goddamn handy. Just the same, you better leave Slim alone.
He thinks Slim's with his wife, don't he?
Well, it looks like it. Of course, Slim ain't. At least I don't think Slim is. But I'd like to see the fuss if it comes off. Why don't you come along?
I don't want to get mixed up in nothing. Me and Lennie's got to make a steak.
Okay. I ain't seen a good fight in a hell of a while.
You seen Slim out in the barn, Lennie?
Sure, he told me I better not pet that pup no more, like you said.
Did you see that gal out there?
You mean Curley's girl?
Yeah. Did she come in the barn?
No. Anyways, I never seen her.
You never seen Slim talking to her?
She ain't been in the barn.
Okay. I guess them guys ain't going to see no fight. Lennie, if there is any fighting, you get out of the way and stay out.
Well, I don't want no fight. George.
Huh?
How long is it going to be till we get that little place to live on the fat of the land?
I don't know. We got to get a big stake together. I know a little place we can get cheap, but they ain't giving it away.
Tell about that place, George.
Well, I just told you just last night.
Oh, go on, tell again.
Well, it's 10 acres. Got a windmill, got a little shack on it, and a chicken run. We could have a few pigs. I could build a smokehouse like the one Grandpa had, and when we kill a pig, we can smoke the bacon and the hams and make sausage and all that. And when the salmon run upriver, why, we could catch 100 of them and salt them down or smoke them. When the fruit come in, we could can it. And tomatoes, they're easy to can. Every Sunday we'd kill a chicken or a rabbit. Maybe we'd have a cow or a goat, and the cream is so goddamn thick you gotta cut it with a knife and take it out with a spoon.
We could live off the fat of the land.
Sure. And there wouldn't be no more running around the country. No, sir. We'd have our own place where we'd be lined and not sleeping. No bunkhouse.
Well, tell about the house, George.
Sure. We'd have a little house and a room to ourselves. A little fat iron stove, and in the winter we'd keep a fire going in it. And it'd be our own. And nobody could can us. If we don't like a guy, we can say, "Get the hell out." And he's got to do it. And if a friend come along, why, we'd have an extra bunk. And you know what we'd say? We'd say, "Why don't you spend the night?" And by golly, he would.
And rabbits, and I'd take care of them. Tell how I'd do that, George.
Sure. You'd go out in the alfalfa patch, and you'd have a sack. You'd fill up the sack and bring it in. and put it in the rabbit cages.
and they'd nibble the way they do. And, I've seen them.
Yeah, we have a setter dog and a couple of striped cats. Hey, but you got to watch out. Them cats don't get the little rabbits.
You just let them try them. I'll break their goddamn necks. I'll smash them cats flat with a stick. I'd smash them flat with a stick. That's what I'd do.
You know where's a place like that?
Candy. Geez, I thought you went with the other guys.
No. Just resting in my bunk. Heard most every word. You know where's a place like that?
Suppose I do. What's that to you, old man?
Well, you don't need to tell me where it's at. Nothing. It might be any place.
Oh, sure. That's right. You couldn't find it in 100 years.
How much they want for a place like that?
Well, I could get it for $600. The old people that owns it's flat bust. Old lady needs medicine. So what's it to you? You got nothing to do with us.
I ain't much good with only one hand. Lost my hand right here on the ranch. That's why they didn't can me. Give me a job swamping, and they give me $250 because I lost my hand, and I got 50 more saved up right in the bank right now. That's $300. And I got 40 more coming at the end of the month. Tell you what, suppose I went in with you guys. That's $340 I put in. I ain't much good, but I could cook and tend the chickens and hoe the garden some. How'd that be?
I got to think about that. We was always going to do it by ourselves, me and Lennie. I never thought of nobody else.
I'd make a will to leave my share to you guys in case I kicked off. I ain't got no relations nor nothing. You fellas got any money? Maybe we could go there right now.
We got 10 bucks between us. Say, look. If me and Lennie work a month and don't spend nothing at all, we'd have $100. That'd be $440. I bet we could swing her for that. Then you and Lennie could go get her started. I'll get a job, make up the rest. You could sell eggs and stuff like that. Gee. I bet we could swing her. I bet we could swing her.
I got hurt 4 years ago. They'll can me pretty soon. Just as soon as I can't swap out no bunkhouses, they'll put me on the county. Maybe if I give you guys my money, you let me hoe in the garden, even when I ain't no good at it. And I'll wash dishes and little chicken stuff like that. But, hell, it'll be our own place.
We'll do her. Goddamn, we'll fix up that little old place and we'll go live there.
And put some grass to the rabbits. I won't forget to feed them. When we going to do it, George?
In 1 month. Right squat in 1 month. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to write to them old people that owns the place that we'll take it and Candy will send $100 to find her.
I sure will.
I'm going to take my papa. I bet he likes that there, by Jesus.
Now, look. Don't tell nobody about her. Just us three and nobody else. Yeah? They're liable to can us so we can't make no stake. Well, we'll just go on like we was a bunch of punks. Like we was going to buck barley the rest of our lives. And then all of a sudden, one day, bang! We got our pay and we scram out of here.
Well, I didn't mean nothing, Slim. I just asked you.
Well, you've been asking too often. I'm getting goddamn sick of it. If you can't look after your own wife, what do you expect me to do about it? You lay off me.
Yeah, goddamn right.
Yeah, that's it, Slim.
I'm just trying to tell you I didn't mean nothing. I just thought you might have saw her.
Why don't you tell her to stay the hell home where she belongs? You let her hang around the bunkhouses, and pretty soon you're going to have something on your hands.
You keep out of this, Carson, unless you want to step outside.
Why, you goddamn punk. You tried to throw a scare into Slim, and you couldn't make it stick. Slim throwed a scare into you. You're yellow as a frog's belly. I don't care if you're the best boxer in the country. You come from me and I'll kick your goddamn head off.
Yeah, that goes for me, too.
You guys are just stalling. I know she's been here. You, the new guy, you was here. The other guy was outside. You and the big guy, you was both here. Now, goddamn you, big guy, you talk. Huh? What the hell, you laughing at, big fella, huh? Come on, you big bastard. Get up on your feet. No big son of a bitch is gonna laugh at me. I'll show you who's yellow.
Hey, that ain't no big Curly. That ain't done nothing to you.
Knock him back,
George, make him leave me alone, George. Make him stop, George.
A dirty little rat. I'll get him myself.
Got him, Lennie? I said get him. Okay. Let go, Lennie. Let go. Come on. Let go of his hand. Lennie. Oh, God. Let go. He's pushing his hand to pull. Slump. Come on, help me. Well, this guy's got any hand left.
You told me to, George. I heard you tell me to.
Yeah. You gotta get Curly into a doctor. Looks like every bone in his hand's bust.
I didn't want to hurt him, George.
Hey, Carlson, you get the candy wagon hitched up. He'll have to go into Soledad. Get his hand fixed up. Sure. Hey, Lennie, it ain't your fault. This punk sure had it coming to him. But, jeez, he ain't hardly got no hand left.
Slim, will we get canned now? Will Curly's old man can us now?
I don't know. Curly! You got your sensitive hand enough to listen. Well, then you listen. I think you've got your hand caught in a machine. If you don't tell nobody what happened, we won't. But you just tell. Try to get this guy canned. We'll tell everybody. And then when you get the laugh.
Okay. I won't tell.
Come on now. Come on, up. Carlson's going to take you to a doctor. Hey, give him some help, you fellas. Come on, Curly. Come on, Whit. Get him out. Lennie.
Huh?
Let's see your hands.
Huh?
Jeez. I'd hate to have you mad at me.
Lennie was just scared. He didn't know what to do. I told you nobody ought never to fight him. No. I guess it was Candy I told.
Yeah, I guess it was. Guess it must have been candy.
That's just what you done. Right this morning, when Curly first lit into him, you says he better not fool with Lennie if he knows what's good for him.
George, I didn't mean...
That ain't your fault, Lennie. You don't need to be scared no more. You done just what I told you. Hey, maybe you better go in the washroom, clean up your face. You look like hell.
I don't want no trouble. George.
What do you want?
I can still tend the rabbits, George.
Sure. You ain't done nothing wrong.
I didn't mean no harm, George.
Well, get the hell out and wash your face.
All right, George. I'm sorry, George.
Say, you indoors. Well, ain't that swell? About the only time I come looking for you and find you in the house.
So what? You ain't here over much yourself. Where you been all last night?
I'll go to Soledad. I'll fix my hand.
Looks like you did that okay. You been getting in a fight again?
No. Got my hand caught in the machine.
One of these days, you're going to get in with someone who don't play ball, and then will you get burned?
Oh, hell, I told you I got my hand caught in the machine.
Hey, what's that? You ain't got cause to get monking with no machines. When was this?
Last night,
Last night? What machine?
the thresher.
Ain't nothing wrong with the thresher.
Ain't now.
When last night, neither.
Me and the other guys fix it.
What guy?
Slim and the others.
Slim's a jerk-line skinner. You don't know nothing about the threshing machine?
I guess it was Carlson or Whit, maybe. I can't remember.
Well, you watch yourself. We got to get the grain in. Can't afford no one to go down with a busted hand or nothing.
I don't reckon Curly got his hand busted by no machine. I reckon he stuck his neck out and some guy trod on him.
You shut up or I'll suck you.
That's a hell of a way to talk.
Listen to me, you. I'm going to do the talking. I've been meaning to do some talking for a long
I
time.
was listening to that radio.
Well, you're going to listen to me, both of you.
That ain't no way to behave to a lady.
Well, you ain't no lady. Then.
I ain't no lady. Say nobody's going to say that to me. My people was respectable. I didn't have to marry no son of a bitch.
Who you call a son of a bitch?
Well, your pa ain't going to say that to me.
I ain't if it's not true. But the way you've been acting sure seems kind of funny to me.
For instance?
Hanging around the bunkhouses all the time, making trouble with the men.
Ain't my fault. Girl's got to have someone to talk to, ain't she?
She ain't got to give him the eye all the time.
Yeah, that's right. Every time I want to fight, I got to look in the bunkhouses.
I told you I got to talk to somebody, and I guess you don't know what it's like here all day. You go out most of the time and going in a Soledad or someplace like that having fun. Me sitting here just like I've been married 2 years instead of 2 weeks.
I don't give a damn about that. All I got to say is I ain't going to have you or anybody else around upsetting the men. I don't care if you want to talk or what. But you make the guys think you're giving them the eye, and there's going to be trouble. And that goes for you, too, Curly. Because if you get tangled up in anything, that's going to make me some men short.
I can take care of myself. There ain't no lousy hobo can throw a scare into me.
I'm telling you, both of you. I got to get the grain in, and I ain't going to have the work upset. I don't care if you're as lonely as hell or if you ain't got nobody to talk to all day or what. And if Curly ain't good enough for you, that ain't my fault. Only I'm warning you. You keep away from them bunkhouses and don't start nothing.
Yeah, or you'll get what's coming.
And I don't want no more complaints from Curly or the men or anybody.
What you standing there for and let him get into me like that for? You ain't no husband.
I didn't mean nothing. I guess I'm burned up, that's all. This hand is sure giving me hell.
That don't make me shed no tears.
Mr. Crooks?
You got no right to come to my room, especially this time of night near 10 o'clock. This here's my room. And nobody got any right in here but me.
I ain't doing nothing, Mr. Crooks. I thought this was the way into the barn. I just want to look at my pup, and I seen your light.
Well, I got a right to have a light. Now, you go and get out of my room. I ain't wanted in the bunkhouse, and you ain't wanted in my room.
Why ain't you wanted?
Because I'm black. They play cards in there, but I can't play because I'm black. They say I stink. Well, I tell you, all of you stink to me.
Everybody went into town. Slim and George and everybody. George says I gotta stay here and not get into no trouble. I seen your light.
Now, what do you want?
Nothing. I seen your light. I thought I could just come in and set.
Don't know what you're doing near the barnhouse anyways.
Well, the pup. I'll come to see my pup.
Oh, God damn it, go and see your pup, then. Don't go to a place where you ain't wanted.
Well, I looked at him a little. Slim says I ain't to pet him very much.
Well, you've been taking him out in the nest all the time. I wonder the old lady don't move him someplace else.
Oh, she don't care. She lets me.
Oh, well. Come on in and sit a while, Dan. As long as you won't get out and leave me alone, you might as well sit down. Well, all the boys going to town, huh?
All but old Candy. He just sits in the bunkhouse figuring.
Figuring? What's Candy figuring about?
About the land, about the little place.
You're nuts. What land you talking about?
Well, the land we're going to get.
Just nuts. Don't blame the guy you're traveling with for keeping you out of sight.
Well, it ain't no lie. We're going to do it. We're going to get a little place and live on the fight of the land. You ask George.
You travel around with George, don't you?
Sure. Me and him goes every place together.
Suppose George don't come back no more. Suppose he took a powder and just ain't coming back.
What?
What you do then?
What? What's that?
I said suppose George went to town tonight and you never heard of him no more. Just suppose that.
We won't do that. George wouldn't do nothing like that. I've been with George a long time. If you'll come back tonight... Don't Think he will?
And nobody can tell what a guy will do. Let's say he wants to come back and can't. Suppose he gets killed or hurt, so he can't come back.
I don't know. So what are you doing anyway? It ain't true. George ain't going to get hurt.
Want me to tell you what'll happen? They'll take you to the booby hedge. They'll tie you up with a collar like a dog. Then you'll be just like me, living in a kennel.
Who hurt George? Tell who hurt George.
I was just supposing. Look, George ain't hurt. He's all right. He'll be back all right.
What you supposing him for? Ain't nobody gonna suppose any hurt to George.
No. Sit down. Sit down. George ain't hurt. Go on now. Sit down again.
Well, ain't nobody gonna talk no hurt to George.
See here now. You got George. You know he's coming back. Suppose you didn't have nobody. Suppose you couldn't go in the bunkhouse and play rummy because you was black. How would you like that?
George is gonna come back. Maybe George come back already. Maybe I'd better go and see.
Look, I didn't mean to scare you. He'll come back. I was talking about myself.
George won't go away and leave me. I know George won't do that because we're going to get a little place and have rabbits and alfalfa and live on the fat of the land.
You're nuts.
No, I'm not. George says we're going.
You're nuts. Seen hundreds of men come by the road and on the ranches, bundles on their backs and the same damn thing in their heads. Hundreds of them. They come and they quit and they go on. And every damn one of them's got a little piece of land in his head. Never goddamn one of them gets it. Just like heaven. Everybody wants a little piece of land. Nobody gets to heaven, and nobody gets no land.
Say, you seen Lennie, the big guy?
Yeah, he's in here.
I came to see my pup. I saw the light in here. Mr. Crooks said to stop and talk a bit.
Look, Lennie, I've been figuring something out about the place.
You can come in if you want.
Huh? Oh, I don't know. Of course, if you want me.
Oh, come on in. Everybody's coming in. You might as well. Get to be a goddamn racetrack.
You got a nice, cozy little place in here. It must be nice to have a room to yourself this way.
Sure. And a manure pile under the window all to myself. It's swell.
You said about the place.
Yeah, I got it all figured out. We can make some real money on them rabbits if we go about it right.
But I gotta tend them. George says I gotta tend them. He promised.
You guys are just kidding yourselves. You'll talk about it a hell of a lot, but you won't get no land. Candy, you'll be a swamp here until they take you out in a box. Hell, I've seen too many guys.
We're going to do it. Judge says we are.
Yeah.
We got the money right now.
Yeah, and where's George now? In town at Susan's place, most like. That's where your money's going. I tell you, I've seen it happen too many times.
George ain't got the money in town. The money's in the bank.
You say you got the money?
We got most of it. Just a little bit more to get. Have it all in 1 month. George has got the land all picked out, too.
I've never seen a guy really do it. I've seen guys nearly crazy with loneliness for land. But every time a whorehouse or a blackjack game took it away from him. So, look, if you guys would want a hand to work for nothing, just as keep, well, I'd come and lend a hand. I ain't so crippled I can't work like a son of a bitch if I wanted to.
Oh, hello, George.
So you couldn't go to bed like I told you, could you, Lennie? Hell no. You got to get out into society and flap your mouth. You holding the convention out here?
Well, you was gone. There wasn't nobody in the bunkhouse. I ain't done no bad things, George.
We were just sitting here talking. Ain't no harm in that.
Yeah, I heard you. Huh? Got to be here every minute, I guess. Got to watch you. It ain't nothing against you, Crooks. We just wasn't going to tell nobody.
Didn't you have no fun in town?
Oh, I sat in a chair, and Susie was cracking jokes, and the guys were starting to raise hell, and... Geez, I've never been this way before. I'm just going to get out a dime and a nickel for a shot. And I think what a hell of a lot of bulk carrot seed you can get for 15 cents.
Not in them damn little envelopes, but bulk seed you sure can.
Yeah, so pretty soon I come back. I can't think of nothing else. Them guys slinging the money around got me jumpy.
Well, a guy's gotta have some fun, I suppose.
Hello.
I suppose you're looking for Curley. Well, Curley ain't here.
Oh, no, Curley ain't here. I wanted to ask Crooks something. I didn't know you guys was here.
Didn't George tell you before? We don't want nothing to do with you. You know damn well Curley ain't here.
I know what Curley went. Got his arm in his sling, and he went anyhow. I tell you, I come out to ask Crooks something.
Maybe you better go along to your own house. You hadn't ought to come near a colored man's room. I don't want no trouble now. You don't want to ask me nothing.
Listen, nigger, you know what I can do for you if you open your trap.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, you keep your place then.
You got a husband. You got no call to come fooling around with other guys causing trouble.
Try to be nice and polite to you lousy bindle bums, but you're too good. I tell you, I could have went with shows, and a guy wanted to put me in pictures right in Hollywood. Come out here to ask somebody something.
You ain't wanted here. We told you ain't. Calling us bindlestiffs. You got floozy ideas with us guys, Mom, too. You ain't got sense enough to see us guys ain't bindlestiffs. Suppose you could get us canned. Suppose you could. You don't know. We got our own ranch to go to and our own house and fruit trees. And we got friends. That's what we got. Maybe there was a time when we didn't have nothing, but that ain't so no more.
You damn old goat. If you had 2 bits, you'd be in Soledad getting the drink and sucking the bottom of the glass.
Look, maybe she could ask Crooks what you come to ask and then get the hell home. I don't think she come to ask nothing.
What happened to Curly's hand?
You shut up.
So it wasn't no machine. Curly didn't act like he was telling the truth. Come on, Crooks, what happened?
I wasn't there. I didn't see it.
What happened? I went down to Curly. He says he got his hand in a gear. What? Who done it?
Didn't nobody do it.
So you done it. Well, he had it coming.
I didn't have no fuss with Curly.
Maybe now you ain't scared of him no more. Maybe now you'll talk to me sometimes. Everybody was scared of him.
Look, I didn't sock Curly. If he had trouble, ain't none of our affair. Ask Curly about it. Now, listen. I'm going to try to tell you. We told you to get the hell out. It didn't do no good. So I'm going to tell you another way. Us guys got something we going to do. If you stick around, you'll gum up the works. It ain't your fault.
If you didn't sock Curly, who did? Hey. Big guy. Where'd you get them bruises in your face?
I'll tell you. He got his hand caught in the machine.
He caught his hand in a machine.
Okay. Machine. I'll talk to you later. Maybe you're dumb like they say. Maybe you're the only guy in this ranch with guts.
He caught his hand in a machine.
I like machines.
Little brown and white pup. Why you gotta get killed? You ain't so little as mice. I didn't bounce you hard. Now maybe George ain't gonna let me tend no rabbits if he finds out you got killed. This ain't no bad thing like I gotta go hide in the brush. I'll tell George I found it dead. Yeah, but You know. George always knows. He'll say, you done it. Don't try to put nothing over on me. And he'll say, now just for that, you don't get to tend no rabbits.
God damn you. Why do you gotta get killed?
You ain't so little as mice. He wasn't big enough, you little brown and white pup. They told me you wasn't. I didn't know you'd get killed so easy. Maybe George won't care.
Lennie. Hey, Lennie, where you at?
I'll hide him.
All right, find you here. Say, I've been talking to Slim. It's okay. We ain't gonna get the can. Slim been talking to the boss. Slim told the boss, you guys is good buckers. The boss gotta move that grain. Oh, and say, the boss give Curley wife hell, too. Told her never to go near the men no more. Give her worse hell than you and George. Ain't you glad?
Sure.
You ain't sick. I gotta go tell George. He and all the guys is playing horseshoes, just same as they do regular every Sunday afternoon. See you later.
Hey, what you doing here, sonny boy?
Just sitting here.
I guess you see what I got then.
Yeah. You got a valise. So what?
You won't tell nobody what I got, will you?
I ain't gonna have nothing to do with you. George told me I ain't to talk to you or nothing.
George giving you orders about everything.
Not talk nor nothing.
Look, you won't tell about the suitcase, will you? I was going to hide it in here. I ain't going to stay here no more. Tonight I'm going to get out. I'm going to go in pictures. What do you got there?
Nothing. I ain't gonna talk to you. George says I ain't.
Listen, they got a horseshoe tenement out there. It's only 4:00. Them guys ain't gonna leave that tenement. They got money bet. You don't need to be scared to talk to me.
No, I ain't supposed to.
What you got under there, hiding it?
Just my pup. Just my little brown and white pup.
Let's see. Why, he's dead.
He was so little. I was just playing with him, and he made like he's gonna bite me, and I made like I'm gonna smack him, and I done it. Then he was dead.
Oh, don't you worry none. He was just a mutt. Whole country's full of mutts.
Ain't that so much? George is gonna be mad. Maybe he won't let me what he said I could tend.
Don't worry. Mind if I sit right here?
Oh, I don't know. George says I want to talk to you, no nothing.
Don't worry about George nor nobody. I tell you, them guys got money bet in that horseshoe tenement. They ain't gonna leave it. And tomorrow I'll be gone. I ain't gonna let them run over me.
We're gonna have a little place in raspberry
I ain't
bushes.
meant to live like this.
You bet we...
I come from Salinas. Well, a show come through, and I talked to a guy that was in it. He says I could go with the show. My old lady wouldn't let me because I was only 15. I wouldn't be no place like this if I'd have went with that show, you
Take
bet.
a sack and fill it up with alfalfa.
Another time I met a guy, and
Eat the rabbits.
he was in pictures. Went out to Riverside Dance Palace with him. He says he was going to put me in pictures. Says I was a natural. As soon as he got back to Hollywood, he was going to write me about it. I never got that letter. I think my old lady stole it. Well, I wasn't going to stay no place where they stole your letters. So I married Curley. Met him out at the Riverside Dance Palace,
George
too.
ain't gonna be mad about this pup.
I ain't told this to nobody before. Maybe I oughtn't to. I don't like Curly. He ain't a nice fella. I might have stayed with him, though, but last night him and his old man both lit into me. I don't have to stay here. Don't tell nobody till I get clear away. I'll go in the night and come a ride to Hollywood.
We're going to get out of here pretty soon. This ain't no nice
I'm going to get in the movies and have nice clothes. All them nice clothes like they wear. And I'll sit in them big hotels and they'll take pictures of me. And when they have them openings, I'll go and talk on the radio. And it won't cost me nothing because I'm in the picture. All them nice clothes like they wear.
George,
this guy says I'm a natural.
We're going to go way far away from
Of course,
here.
when I run away from Curly, my old lady won't never speak to me no more. She'll think I ain't decent. That's what she'll say. Well, we really ain't decent, no matter how much my old lady tries to hide it. My old man was a drunk. They put him away. There, now
George
I told
and me went to the Sacramento Fair. One time I fell in the river, and George pulled me out and saved me, and then we went to the fair. They got all kinds of stuff there. We seen long hair
My
rabbits.
old man was a sign painter when he worked. He used to get drunk and paint crazy pictures and waste paint. One night when I was a little kid, him and my old lady had an awful fight. He was always fighting. In the middle of the night, he come into my room and he says, I can't stand this no more. Let you and me go away. I guess he was drunk. I remember in the night, walking down the road, and the trees was all black. I was pretty sleepy. He picked me up and he carried me in his back. He says, we're going to live together. We're going to live together because you're my own little girl, not no stranger. No arguing and fighting, he says, because you're my little daughter. He says, why, you bake little cakes for me, and I'll paint pretty pictures all over the wall. In the morning, they called us and they put him away. I wish we'd have went.
Maybe if I took this here pup and throwed him away, George would never know.
They locked him up for a drunk. In a little while, he died.
And maybe I could tend the rabbits without no trouble.
Oh, don't you never think of nothing but rabbits?
We're going to have a house and garden and a place for alfalfa. And I take a sack and get it full of alfalfa, and then I take it to the rabbits.
What makes you so nuts about rabbits?
Oh, I like to pet nice things. Once at a fair, I seen some of them long-hair rabbits. Oh, they was nice, you bet. I'd even pet mice, but not when I could get nothing better.
I think you're nuts.
No, I ain't. George says I ain't. I like to pet nice things with my fingers. Soft things.
Who don't? Everybody likes that. I like to feel silk and velvet.
Oh.
Do you like to feel velvet?
Oh, you bet, by God. And I had some, too. A lady gave me some, and that lady was my Aunt Clara. She gave it right to me, about this big a piece. I wish I had that velvet right now. I lost it. I ain't seen it for a long time.
You're nuts. But you're kind of nice, fella. Just like a big baby. A person can see kind of what you mean. When I'm doing my hair, sometimes I just sit there and stroke it because it's so soft. Some people got kind of coarse hair. You take Curly now. His hair's just like wire. But mine is soft and fine, just like a baby's. Here, feel. Feel right around there and see how soft it is.
Oh.
Don't you muss it out now?
Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's nice.
Look out now, you muss it up.
Huh?
You stop it now, you muss it
that's
all up.
nice.
Let go. You let go.
Oh.
Ow!
Oh, please don't. Oh, please don't do that. George will be mad. Oh, please don't do none of that. George's going to say I've done a bad thing. I don't want you to yell. You're going to get me in trouble just like George says you will. Now, don't you do that. Don't you go yelling. What don't want to hurt you? George will be mad if you yell. Oh, I done a bad thing. I done another bad thing. Oh, I done a real bad thing. I shouldn't have did that. Oh, George will be mad, and he said, and hide in the brush till he comes. Yeah, that's what he said. Hide in the brush.
Lennie. Hey, Lennie, you still here? I've been figuring some more, Lennie. Tell you what we can do and... Oh, I didn't know you was here. You was told not to be here. What's the matter with you? You oughtn't to sleep out here. You... Oh, Jesus, George. I gotta get George.
What is it? What do you want? Why couldn't you tell me at the game?
Look there.
Well, what's the matter with her?
Jeez. What done it?
Oh. I should have knew. I guess maybe way back in my heart I did.
What we gonna do now, George? What we gonna do now?
Well, I guess we gotta tell the guys that... Guess we gotta catch them and lock them up. Can't let them get away. Why, the poor bastard would starve. Maybe they'll lock him up and be nice to him.
You know better than that, George. You know Curley's want to get him lynched. You know how Curley is.
Yeah. That's right. I know Curley. And the other guys, too.
You and me can get that little place, can't we, George? You and me can go there and live nice, can't we, George? Can't we?
Nah. It was something me and him had. I think I knowed it from the very first. I think I knowed we'd never do her. He used to like to hear about it so much, and I got fooled to thinking maybe we would. I'll work my month, and then I'll take my $50. I'll stay all night in some lousy cat house, and I'll sit in the pool room until everybody else goes home. And then I'll come back and work another month, and then I'll have $50 more.
He's such a nice fella. I didn't think he'd have done nothing like this.
Oh, Lennie never done it in meanness. All the time he done bad things, he never done one of them mean. Now, listen. We got to tell the guys. I guess maybe they got to bring him in. They ain't no way out. Maybe they won't hurt him. I ain't going to let him hurt Lennie. Now, you listen. The guys might think I was in on it. I'm going to go in the bunkhouse, then. In a minute, you come out and yell like hell. You just see her. Will you do that? So the guys won't think I was in on it?
Sure, George. Sure. I'll do that.
Okay. Give me a couple of minutes, son, and then you yell your head off. I'm going now.
You goddamn tramp. You done it, didn't you? Everybody knows you that sings up. You just wasn't no good. I could have hold the gun and washed dishes for them guys. If there was a circus or a baseball game, we would have went to it. Just said the hell with work and went to it. And then a bit of pig and chickens, and in the winter a little fat stove. And that's just sitting there. Hey, guys!
happened? What is it, Candy?
That big son of a bitch done it. I know he done it. Why, everybody else was out there playing horseshoes. I'm going to get him. I'm going to get my shotgun. Or I'll kill the big son of a bitch myself. I'll shoot him in the gut. Come on, you guys.
I'll go get my Luger.
George? Yeah. I guess Lennie done it all right. Her neck's busted. Lennie could have did that. Maybe like that time in Weed he was telling me about.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we gotta go get him.
Couldn't we maybe bring him in and lock him up? He's nuts, Slim. He never done this to be mean.
If we could only keep Curley in, but Curley wants to shoot him. Suppose they lock him up, George. Strap him down, put him in a cage. That ain't no good.
Yeah, I know.
I think there's only one way to get him out of it.
Yeah. I know.
The bastard! The bastard stole my Luger! That ain't in my bag.
All right. All right, you guys. The nigger here's got a shotgun. You take it, Carlson.
The only color around here is down by the river. He might have went there.
Don't give him no chance. Shoot for his guts. That'll double him over.
Yeah, but I ain't got no gun.
Go in and tell my old man. Get a gun from him. Let's go now. You're coming with us, fella?
Yeah. I'll come. Listen, Curly. The poor bastard's nuts. Don't shoot him. He didn't know what he was doing.
Don't shoot him. He's got Carson's Luger, ain't he?
Well, maybe Carlson lost his gun.
I seen it this morning. It's been took.
Curley, maybe you'd better stay here with your wife.
My wife? No. I'm gonna shoot the guts out of that big bastard. I'm gonna get him myself. Come on.
I didn't forget you, but goddamn, I'll come right here. Hide in the brush and wait for George. He's gonna give me hell. He's gonna wish he was alone.
Any sign of him?
Why ain't George here? George.
That's okay, Lennie. I'm with you.
You ain't gonna leave me, are you, George? I know you ain't.
No.
George.
Yeah?
I done another bad thing.
It don't make no difference, Lennie.
Any sound of it now, Curly? No, but
George.
Yeah?
Ain't you gonna give me hell?
No. I ain't.
Well, I can go away. I'll go right off on the hills and find a cave if you don't want me.
Oh, no. I want you to stay with me here. Only we ain't got much time.
George, tell me like you done before.
Tell you what.
About the other guys and about us.
Well, guys like us got no family. They make a little stake and then they blow it in. They ain't got nobody in the world that gives a hoot in the hell about them.
But not us. Tell about us.
But not us.
Because
I got you.
And I got you. We got each other. That's what that gives a hoot in hell about us.
Take off your hat, Lennie. The air feels fine.
Oh, sure. Now tell how it's gonna be.
Look across the river, and I'll tell you so you can almost see it. No. Don't look around. That's it. Kneel if it suits you.
Well, tell, George.
Well, we're going to get a little place.
Go on, George.
Go on. How it's going to be? We're going to get a little place.
We'll have a cow. And we'll have maybe a pig and chickens. And down the flat, we'll have a little piece of alfalfa.
For the rabbits.
For the rabbits.
And I got to tend the rabbits.
And you got to tend the rabbits.
And live on the fat of the land.
Yeah. No, Lennie, just keep looking down there across the river, like you can almost see the place.
Go on, George. When are we going to do it?
We're going to do it soon.
Me and you?
You and me. Everybody's going to be nice to you. Ain't going to be no more trouble. Ever. Nobody going to hurt nobody.
I thought you was mad at me, George.
No, Lennie, I ain't mad. I've never been mad. I ain't now. Listen, that's a thing I want you to know.
Well, let's do it now. Let's get that place now.
Sure. Right now. Goodbye, Lennie.
What do you mean, George? Goodbye.
I got it.
George.
My God, you hear that over there?
Yeah, come on. George, where you at, George?
Right here, Slim.
Got him, by God. Right in the back of the head.
George, never you mind. A guy got to sometimes.
How'd you do it?
I just done it.
Did he have the gun?
Yeah, he had the gun. You might as well take it, I guess. It's yours, all right.
But you got it away from him? And you took it and killed him?
Yeah, that's how.
Come on, George. Me and you'll go in. Get a drink.
Yeah, a drink. Lennie done plenty of bad things, but he ain't mean.
Yeah. I know. But you had to, George. I swear you had to. Come on with me.
Lennie and me had it all worked out. We were sick of going around. We was going to buy a little place. Could have got it for near $500. We was going to save our stake every dime. So one day we was going to get the hell out of here. And there'd be a little house there, with a place for alfalfa. Where Lennie was going to tend the rabbits. And we was going to live off the fat of the land. Lennie and me had a plan that way. Planned.
John Steinbeck's story of Mice and Men was adapted as a play for broadcasting by Gilbert Thomas. The cast was as follows: Lennie Small, Robert Beatty; George Milton, Harry Towb; Candy, Alan Gifford; the Boss, Russell Napier; Curley, Alan McClelland; Curley's wife, Margaret Robertson; Slim, Hayden Jones; Crooks, Earl Cameron; Carlson, Dennis Hawthorne; Wit, Anthony Jackson. The play was produced by Joe Burrows.